So, one of the biggest problems that timeshare owners have is finding someone to show them how to rent their timeshare on Airbnb. And the biggest mistake timeshare owners make when they want to rent their timeshare is they go to Airbnb to find their tutorial on how to create a listing. But sadly, they don't offer any advice when it comes to using their platform. And even if you call customer support, they can help you if you're a guest having trouble checking in, but beyond that, they're not trained on using the platform, so they can't give you any helpful guidance or advice. That means that we have to look for help elsewhere. And there are three ways people tend to go. First, they'll ask their timeshare salesman to show them how, or they'll ask AI, or they'll enroll in the Timeshare Rental Academy and follow their step-by-step program with guided support. So let's go through the three options together. So first of all, many people buy or upgrade a timeshare because their timeshare salesman mentions the fact that they can rent a portion of their unused points or weeks to generate extra income so they can offset the cost of their maintenance fees. And what closes the deal, though, is when the salesman promises to teach them how to do it. But the problem is the salesmen don't have the time or inclination to follow through on that promise. And sadly, that leaves the timeshare owner feeling disappointed when their calls go to voicemail and are never returned. And that's when timeshare owners typically turn to AI, hoping that they can piece it together on their own. Because now that they're committed to going forward with their plan to rent it, they have to figure it out one way or another, right? And it's a tough position to be in, especially if you were the one who pushed for buying or upgrading the timeshare, because now you feel responsible and you take on the mission of finding a solution, knowing that the answers are out there. And that's what I call being resourceful. And that determination leads to success. So they start by searching how to rent my timeshare. And then they proceed to go down the rabbit hole of questionable recommendations from AI. Some lead to the wrong place, and the timeshare owner has to report to their family that it didn't work. Some lead to the right place, but they don't fill in the gaps with the answers to all the questions that come up between the steps in the process. Or the answers just don't work, which leads to frustration and hours of valuable time wasted, like this email that I got from Frankie this week. She says, "Hey there, I've spent the last hour in a back and forth discussion with ChatGPT, and I cannot get a public URL of my listings." You would think that would be simple, right? She says, "I'm just trying to generate traffic." And luckily, she asked her timeshare rental trainer, and I was able to send her a custom video with 3 ways to achieve her goal in less than 10 minutes. So that's why many timeshare owners turn to the Timeshare Rental Academy. We've been teaching timeshare owners how to rent their timeshare safely and profitably since 2012. Our proven system has every step laid out so that you can publish your first listing and get your first booking in the next 30 to 90 days. And there are live timeshare rental trainers standing by to answer any questions along the way so you don't get stuck. This is the fastest and easiest way to rent your timeshare because we make it nearly impossible to fail at setting up your profitable timeshare rental system. We use Airbnb for training purposes, so you can set up a semi-automated timeshare rental system that continues to generate a healthy profit year after year. And once you know what questions to ask and how to protect yourself from loss, then you'll be ready to go out and use any website you like to rent your timeshare. And if you'd like our help with that, please schedule a free 30-minute Zoom call with me using the link in the comments below. This is Sue Oyuela, wishing you all the best and timeshare rental success. Bye for now.